want to resolve a conflict, because if you do not know how best to approach them and you do not know how best to communicate your needs, then you constantly will be left in this loop where you feel like you are trying to express things that, or you're trying to basically go through a brick wall. So in some cases where maybe perhaps you might not be able to express it, there are other ways that you can go about it, either be it through therapy, where you can express all these things through your therapist whilst you're learning to basically be safe within yourself and within your relationship. You can also do some self-work, basically educate yourself as much as possible and find ways to shift into the secure attachment style. Our goal as parents should be to raise securely attached children, because at the end of the day, securely attached children have they usually have a high emotional intelligence, and they have and they can regulate their emotions very well. So the way in which we can have securely attached children is by being consistent in our behavior. That looks like if you say no to something, it has to be no, not you say no today and then tomorrow you say yes, or today you seem to be a happy mom and then the next day you're a very angry mom. Like, at the end of the day, basically you need to be consistent in your parenting methods. So that might look like agreeing with your partner the type of parenting style that you want to implement in your marriage, in your family. Because at the end of the day, if one parent is doing something else and then the other parent is doing something else, it can be very confusing, and at the end of the day lead to the disorganized attachment style in the child, because they get conflicting messages, because one parent is saying this and the other parent is saying that. At the same time as well, if you don't want a child that has the avoidant style, you want to create a safe space where they can communicate their emotions, however big they might be. And sometimes the reason why we will resist our child's emotions is because we ourselves do not know how to regulate our own emotions. So hence it goes back to the whole conscious parenting, where you do your inner work, you do your healing work, so that you're able to accommodate the big emotions that your child is going through. You're able to give them the safe space that they can express themselves, and you are more empathetic towards them, rather than making fun of them or judging them or shaming them for even having certain types of emotions. It's very common for the boy child especially to be told not to cry, because boys are not allowed to cry, or boys should not cry because that will show their weakness. So such type of things are the things that makes the child become an avoidantly attached person later on, because they are told that they're not allowed to cry, they're not allowed to express their emotions, because it's not manly, it's not boy-like. So if we want to have securely attached children, we have to create that safe space where they can express themselves without judgment, without ridicule, without shame. So in summary, what I can say is that at the end of the day, when you understand your attachment style, you understand why you act the way that you act in certain relationships, or you might understand better why someone is acting a certain way towards you and not take things personally. And because of knowing the different types of attachment styles, that will also influence how you parent your children, so that you contribute to the mental well-being as well as your own. And this can also help you to do some personal healing work. It might help you understand why sometimes you might feel stuck, why sometimes you might freeze in times of conflict, and how to go about it. And as for me, some of the books that have helped me understand myself better include, there's this book by Brianna Waste. Yeah, it's called The Mountain Is You. And there's this book by Alice Miller which says the title is The Drama of the Gifted Child. And also this book by Lindsay C. Gibson, which is titled The Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. So basically says how to heal from distant, rejecting, or self-involved parents. So these books have really helped me in trying to understand why I am the way that I am and trying to work things out so that I can be better in my relationships. And it doesn't mean that you become perfect, but what it means is that when you do actually make a mistake, you're able to take accountability and be responsible. And for example, in cases where maybe I may have snapped at my kids or may have reacted in a certain way towards my husband, I'm able to go back and apologize and recognize where I messed up or where I perhaps did not understand or did not communicate the best way possible. So the whole idea of learning your attachment style is basically to have secure relationships, relationships that are open to, basically you want to have relationships that have open communication. There is trust, where the trust is not just towards the person, but you have trust within yourself that whatever comes or whatever the outcome of the relationship might be, you yourself are going to be okay. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I would also love to hear back from you in the comment section. Join me next week as I will be looking at triggers. What triggers you? How do you know that you're being triggered, and how do you overcome it?